Hello, and welcome to my Art Update podcast thingy. Just the usual preamble here. The purpose of the podcast is to update people who know me, Andrew Woolner, about what's been going on creatively for me over the last week. If you don't know me and you've never heard of me, you might not find this podcast very interesting. You're welcome to listen, but maybe not while operating heavy machinery. If this is your first update and you haven't been keeping up with me over the years, I suggest checking out update number 1 to bring yourself up to date before jumping back here. All right, super busy this week, so just a really fast catch-up. YTG Jekyll and Hyde showcase updates. Just 2 rehearsals since last time, but we're having 3 rehearsals this week, and then we're every day next week. Maria's been back as of Monday, so things are finally starting to really move. We've got a scene list. We've got an order. We're working on transitions, sort of working through the show on transitions before we go back and clean everything up next week. I'm working on a segment myself that I haven't finished yet. No time outside of rehearsals to do it, so I really hope I get time. I don't know when that's going to be, though, because I'm way behind on marketing for the show, because of course I am. I always am. And there's still no technicians, so I'm not sure how we're going to operate the show, or even when I'm going to have time to learn how the projection mapping that I need to do is going to work, or to even test it with the projectors, or to even get the projectors up mounted so I can test them. And then I've also got 2 interns to interview because they're coming reasonably soon, so I have to interview them in the next week or so, and I have no idea when that is going to happen. Okay, so that's, I think, YTG covered. Tomorrow morning I got to leave the house even earlier than usual because Maria and I have to go and check out costumes at the YTG costume shed. Okay, right, moving on. Podcasts, no updates. Nerd Night. Nerd Night is happening this coming Friday. Check out the live stream if you want. Or if you're in Tokyo and you're listening to this, then come on down, tokyo.nerdnight.com. That's where you can go for information. I'll just repeat that, tokyo.nerdnight.com. Night is spelled N-I-T-E. That was not my decision. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to reset the lights in the space before Friday's show. You guys may recall about a month ago, just 3 weeks ago, there was a show that I did the lights for the Japan Dance School, and we had to move all the lights around, and I have not had time to move them, or at least the ones that I need for Friday, back into place. So I'm going to have to find time, probably shortchanging tomorrow's rehearsal a little bit to get that done, because I don't think I can get in any earlier on Friday. And also I just found out we're probably shorthanded at the beginning of the show again, which means I'm running everything plus doing emceeing, and yeah. That's going to be fun. And I've had to, this is kind of in the other update category, but it's kind of related. Even if I could go in earlier, I discovered a lump on my right Achilles tendon. So I'm going to the doctor on Friday to get it checked out because I won't have time for another week after that. And it's not the kind of thing that I think I should probably wait too long to get looked at. Okay, photography stuff. The client has booked me, the one I mentioned last time, so I am doing a cherry blossom family shoot for her and her family. Unfortunately, the cherry blossoms are happening at a really inconvenient time this year. So as I mentioned last time, the peak was supposed to be the weekend of the 25th, which is the weekend of the show. But actually, they're coming early, so they're starting like today or tomorrow, and the peak is going to be the 22nd, which means that I'm really worried. Okay, so it means what that means is that there probably won't be enough, really, by this weekend to do a shoot this weekend, because she really wants some that are on the ground, and they won't have fallen yet. And I'm really worried they'll be gone by the time we've actually booked the shoot on April 1st. So I need to make that decision today and get back to her. I haven't had time to even think about it, and I need to go outside and look at some cherry trees. Okay, the big job that I've been talking about for the past few weeks, I finally sent off my cover letter and resume this morning. And when I say morning, I mean it was probably about 12:30. I was working on it all morning, though. And then on top of it, the recruiting website, it was asking me for, it was the recruiting website the company is using is very annoying. And the worst part about it was I clicked, and this is the crazy thing, not even a Japanese website. I clicked the thing to submit, and it just bounced back to the job screen, and just then the apply button didn't work. I got no confirmation that it had received my files. I didn't get an email from them because I put my email address in there. I didn't get an email saying that my resume has been received. So I do not hear anything from them by tomorrow morning, because that'll have been the work day for them. And so I would expect that this is done manually. I would hear back by then. I will have to I'm going to have to reach out to one of the current executives for that company on LinkedIn and just find out what is going on with that, which I really, really hope I don't have to do. Because honestly, I don't want them poking around my LinkedIn profile just because it's nothing embarrassing there, but I haven't spent a lot of time tweaking it to be specifically for them. Okay, so more stress. All right, other updates. I told you about the thing on my stupid Achilles tendon. Right, I finally got back to the post office this morning to find out what was wrong with last week's or 2 weeks ago's paperwork for the post office for the union bank account thing. It turned out my name was the wrong way around. I had first name, last name instead of last name, first name on one part of one form. And what was very frustrating is that when I filled that out, because he had me cross out somebody else's name that was written there and write mine in, and the other person's was written first name, last name. And so I said, shall I do it in the same order? And he said, yes, that's fine. I said, so Andrew Woolner. And he said, yes, that's fine. And then today he's like, oh, you wrote this in the wrong order. Like, dude, I checked with you. Anyway, it didn't take very long, so at least that was good. But they called the lawyer for the union, and they sent 2 sort of passive-aggressive messages to my house, like literally like little letters with notes in, on very pretty paper, actually, with the guy's business card. But, they wanted me to call in, but I look, my Japanese is wobbly when I'm in person, but on the phone, I cannot manage. So I just had to wait till I could go in person. Okay, anyway, enough kvetching about that. That's got nothing to do with art. Right. The other update I have is I just, before I recorded this, got out of a meeting with a video game company, and they have a partner company that is working on a sort of a pretty big, I think it's an are they called A-grade games? Like the big games. Anyway, they're working on a big game franchise, and it's their first time doing realistic animation, and they need they need motion caption actors to do face stuff. So they're looking for real actors, so they want me to help them find them. Anyway, so I met with the partner company today. That's not the ones who are actually doing the hiring. They're just sort of the intermediary. And once the show is over, and maybe that the week after that, because my son is not in school for that week, so I'll be taking care of him. But so after that, I'm going to go have a meet with them and see what's what. The annoying part is that they won't give me the rates in advance, so I might get in there. They might not offer enough money, and then I will just walk out without having anything, and I'll be out the 2,000 yen or whatever I pay for travel to get to their office. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. I'm going to leave it there because I'm super busy. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I got to pick up the kid in less than 15 minutes, and I still have like hours worth of stuff to do. Oh, so that's it. Thanks for listening. I look forward to not having to rush these updates so much in April, and we're out.